Hey guys, Bryson with Trick Tools, and I want to show you guys a selection of our Dimple Dies and specialty tooling for being able to do recesses and flares and stuff in your parts that you're building. So we have a pretty decent selection of some different things. We carry the full Mittler Brothers line of punch and flare tooling, as well as punch and bead, the regular Dimple Dies, and some other specialty tooling. Swag Off-Road, we have a selection of their Dimple Die sets, all the way from this 8-piece set to some smaller sets from there. And we also have the full line of hammer fab crater makers to be able to do smaller recesses and dimples for mounting hardware and those sort of things in a project. So to kind of cover a little bit of these, we'll start with the hammer fab. So these crater makers, they're pretty neat because they give you that extra finished look when you're building custom sheet metal parts. Let's say you know, you're building inner fenders for a car and you want those your bolts and your hardware to have that extra detail around them. So some of these crater makers are made to where it kind of puts a little raised bead around where your bolt is going to go. It'll allow you to put a flare in the part to where you can recess a bolt so you can have a flathead on it, and there's some other options from there. So there's some pretty unique things in the hammer fab setup that's going to give you just that extra detail in your sheet metal work when it comes to putting your hardware together. And even there's also a set that puts a little recess in your part if you're using riv nuts and that sort of thing, because typically a riv nut will stick up off the surface, so they put a little dimple in there that allows that to be nice and flush on your sheet metal, so that way your panels can sit nice and flat together. So the Swag Off-Road stuff, they have holes from 1/2 inch up to 2.5, and so there's a selection there. You can kind of pick smaller sets if that's what you're going to use, or you can get the full 8-piece kit from there. Mittler Brothers punch and flare. This set here is from 1 inch up to 3 inch, and there's also those different sizes available in some of the other punch and bead tooling. Now, if you're curious about the punch and bead as opposed to the punch and flare, so this here would be considered a finished product out of the punch and flare setup. So it's going to punch the hole through the sheet metal and then add that little flared edge, that little curled edge around there to be able to add strength to your part and that visual look that it gives you. So the punch and bead, so we build these guards for our Mini-Max machines, and these have the punch and bead. So you get the hole punched here, and then it adds like a little bead, almost like if you were to be able to do a full circle real tight in a bead roller. So it gives you that nice little bead around your opening just to create a different look and still add strength to your panel. So they also have in their specialty setup is these oval Dimple Dies. So it's going to punch that out and then create that nice flared edge on an oval. They have triangle as well, and I believe maybe a couple other shapes. So big selection of Dimple Die tooling and other specialty tooling that we have available. So if you have any questions, if you're looking for something specific and you need need help on figuring out what you need for your project and what you're trying to do, give us a call, visit our website at Trick-Tools.com, and we can answer any questions you might have. So thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.